Where you at, Berto?
Why do red pill influencers look like this? That's something that I've noticed too. It's like all these red pill guys that be giving the advice on how to get women and how to do this. They all look like cornballs. Let's get right into the video and see why that is.
Have you noticed how every red pill influencer looks like this? They all have bald heads, they all have beards, and they are very often on TRT.
Yeah, bro, again, I know there's like a certain demographic of people that be taking like steroids and stuff like that, but me personally, bro, I don't want any looks maxing advice from people that are using pretty much cheat codes to achieve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
It's like these guys have a set uniform that they have to wear to where they can talk about men's issues. And this look is so overrepresented in the manosphere that it really kind of begs the question, like, why do people that look like this gravitate towards talking about
Fresh and Fit are one of the best examples too. I mean, God damn it, their names are Fresh and Fit, while none of them are fresh or fit. Neither one of them are fresh or fit.
high value males and complaining about women and all of that shit, right? Why is it that like this is the type of look that is associated with that type
This guy literally looks like a moron
of content? First of all, I want to like touch on the beards. Now, the thing with beards is, in looks maxing, we call this beard cope. What we mean by beard cope is, if you don't have like a good jaw, if you don't have like a masculine lower third to your face, what a lot of guys do, and in particular, you know, red pill influencers, they grow out their beard and they kind of fashion their beard so that it kind of gives them the illusion of having.
Now, I can actually co-sign this in the sense of, this is genuinely what I did. I genuinely don't have the nicest jawline, so I grew my beard out and it worked for me. I genuinely like it. Now, I don't know what I look like under this beard now. It's been a very long time. One of these days, I'm going to shave it off and see, because, you know, I've worked out. I've gotten way better shape. I know my body fat is significantly lower, so it probably looks better now. I've even done some jaw exercises. So maybe my shit look a little better now. But me personally, I can agree, I did hop on the beard cope trend. It worked for me.
An actual well-developed jaw. You know, if you have like a bad lower third, let's just cover it in fuzz. That's basically the logic, right? And you can even like fashion it so that it looks like you got more of a jaw than you otherwise would. These guys all do that. And the thing is, right, it kind of reveals a bit of insincerity, because their bee in their bonnet is that I'm so masculine and it's everybody else that is not as masculine as me. People just need to man up like me, right?
Right now, in your society, there are people walking around you every single day that have killed before, are looking for an excuse to kill again.
I can't wait to hear the point of where he's going with this.
But you think you're going to meet them at the coffee shop. You're going to square up, you're going to throw a couple combos, maybe get lucky, knock them out, or put them in a rear naked choke like you were taught in the jitsu box. Everything's going to be okay. But in reality, that psychopath is going to pull out a piece, plug two into your chest, and then they're going to sit down and finish the coffee that you were drinking.
But
where were you going with that? What context of that has anything to do with self-improvement as a man? These guys are actually dorks, like real life dorks. It's kind of crazy. What was the whole point of that? I don't understand. I don't.
They're not exactly the paragons of masculinity, and you can tell just by like the skull shape, right? You know, they don't have like the warrior skull, they don't have hunter eyes, they don't have like any like real dimorphic feature that is associated with masculinity. It's kind of like stolen valor. Like they want to like portray themselves as like the ultimate man, but they don't really have any traits of the ultimate man. You know, if you kind of shave the beard of all these red pill influencers, what you would see underneath is a very unremarkable man. You know, someone that doesn't really have much dimorphism. You're not going to see anything amazing. Right?
Now, what I will say is, and this is not to like defend any of these red pill guys, but, you know, something that I think is cool, and I feel like any guy should apply to their life, not in a toxic or stupid way, but it doesn't really matter what you look like, bro. Like, it does, but it doesn't matter in the sense, like, if Andrew Tate can look like this, Andrew Tate is not No homo, but Andrew Tate is not the most attractive default looking guy. I mean, bro literally looks like a walking thumb. But he still has a bunch of money. He still gets a bunch of girls. I would say a lot of men look up to him. So the point I'm trying to get at here is don't let the things that you can't control be the reason why you're a fucking lame, okay? Now, and this is not me giving you advice to now turn into Andrew Tate or, a toxic masculinity motherfucker, bro, because that's lame as hell too. But what I will say is if a guy like Andrew Tate, who's very average looking, you know what I'm saying, can accelerate to the heights of success that he has, bro, you can too, bro. This nigga is very average looking. I mean, like, forget that this is Andrew Tate we're looking at. If it wasn't him, if this nigga was just walking down the street, nobody would be like, oh my God, look at him. You know what I mean? And I think the same way about myself. Like, I was not somebody that was just blessed with, oh, the perfect jawline. Oh, the perfect eye symmetry. Fucking perfect teeth. My teeth are crooked. The perfect fucking hair. I had to find, my head I kind of had a peanut head. I kind of had to like grow my hair out and find a hairstyle that worked for me. Like, I had to work on myself, bro. I was a very skinny, tall, lanky individual. I had to go in the gym and, put on some mass. Like, but I still made what works for me work for me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm very confident. I love how I look. I walk into any room feeling like, yo, I look just as good, if not better than the rest of these niggas, man. And I dress better than all y'all bitch ass niggas on G. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's me though. And I'm not the nigga that was blessed with, the perfect jawline. And I just told y'all in the beginning of the video, the reason why I grew out my beard, I feel like it helped me look more symmetrical in my face. Straight up. I'm not ashamed to say it. That's why I did it. I like it. And I haven't shaved my shit since. You know what I'm saying? One of these days, I'll probably check it out and see what it looks like. Because I've been kind of noticing people have been going for more the clean shave look. So I'm like, I'm a little nervous. Like, okay, let me see. But it's just hair. It's going to grow back. Especially his facial hair. Now, if you ask me to shave my hair on my head, that I'm a bit insecure about. I don't know what this head look like. I haven't seen this head in a long time, man. So I don't know if y'all be seeing that from me anytime soon. I'm still a little too insecure to do that. But the point is, work with what you got, bro. Don't be quivering up into the corner of the world and feeling like you can't reach the heights of success or get the women that you want to get because you weren't blessed with X, Y, and Z looks. You have to make the best out of what you got. And you can. You got to max out your looks. Don't be worried about everybody else's. Max out your situation. And I bet you that shit can work.
Right. And this is what would piss them off more so than anything else, like me saying this, right? Me saying that these guys aren't that masculine or they're not as masculine as they think is what's going to piss them off way more than just some feminist in the reply section on their Instagram calling them a misogynist. Like, what I'm saying is more annoying to them than anything else. And that is the fact that these guys aren't as masculine as they think. And you can tell there's a bit of sour grapes with these guys because they all have this disdain for actual chads.
And today we're going to be covering none other than Jeff Side.
The fuck? Yo, my bad real quick, but I gotta put y'all on, man. I know y'all like money. Dude, I like money. Money's nice. And I'm about to give y'all the easiest hustle to make some side cheese while you doom scrolling watching Berto videos, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of y'all be playing games on your phones for free. Now I'm about to show you how to get paid off it. Hit the link in my description or scan this QR code on the screen. And in only about 30 seconds, you're gonna be able to sign up for freecash.com. It's super simple, just like any website with a quick email and a password, you're in. It's gonna be a wall of games just waiting for you to get to that cheese. There's so many valid options, so just actually pick a game that you would like to play on your free time. You speed run the levels, and I'm talking about actual money that you can spend IRL, go straight into your free cash balance. I'm telling you, bro, this method turns your brain dead time where you just chilling playing games on your phone to actually stacking some cheese. Realistically, most people are pulling $10 to $20 in a day. just from casual playing. You ain't even gotta be going crazy for real. And if you're one of them grinders, you actually like to get to that bag, there are offers where you can make up to $100 to even $500. So it does get pretty insane, I'm telling you. Now, some of the top earners, you don't gotta do this, but if you want to, you could actually speed run and spend a couple of dollars for better earning opportunities. But you don't have to spend a penny, bro. You could dead ass get a bankroll just by playing the free games. Stick to the free stuff and you'll still be able to cash out. So next time you're taking a break from my videos and you just chilling and you playing games on your phone, you might as well make something out of it. You guys know I've always said, man, if you're gonna play video games, you might as well make some money, man. And they made the cash out process so easy. They have PayPal, gift cards, whatever works for you, they got it. So hit the link or scan the code and sign up for free today, gang. Because when you use my link, they're already gonna start you off with a $5 bonus. Where you at, family? You already know I got you, bro. Let's get back to the video. But go get your money, dog.
Jeff's side is not big. I don't need to cover his stats because
Is this his video? Like, why would anyone be taking any advice of a bald nigga in a fucking disco room? The optics don't even make sense.
I'm convinced he adds 20 pounds to his numbers. He is nowhere near as big as the stats he puts out. And he is a lot smaller than I am personally.
They all want to call them like femboys or whatever, right? That clip of Hamza who was calling these guys but had way more masculine faces than him and way better, like, you know, health indicators and so on, calling these guys femboys. And it's just like, no, these guys are more masculine than you. Again, Hamza would loathe to hear this. Like, you know, the Hamzas of the world really don't want to hear this at all, right? But, you know, these people think masculinity is like this costume. It's just like a, you know, a little costume that you wear. And no, absolutely not. Masculinity is meat and bone. It's not fuzz on your face. These guys want to redefine masculinity away from what women think masculinity is. What I mean by that is these guys all have like sour grapes to like actual chads. Like they want to like downplay the attractiveness of actual chads to elevate their own status. They want to basically psyop the world into thinking a chubby man that's bald with a beard is the peak of masculinity, and not a 6'3" guy with wide shoulders, a small waist, and a well-developed jaw and hunter eyes is just a femboy. They want the world to think they're like the epitome of masculinity. The funny thing is, these guys all have like this mortal enemy of feminists, right? Like it's they're always raging about them, right? But they're kind of like the male version of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the stereotypical frumpy feminist who's, you know, talking about unrealistic beauty standards for women and downplaying the looks of like genuinely good looking women because they want to like redefine femininity to not be like a Victoria's Secret model, but to instead look like some dumpy woman that's 180 pounds. Like that's what they want to redefine female beauty to be. Like, come the revolution, I will be the hot girl. That's kind of like what's in their mind. And doesn't that sound familiar? Like, doesn't this sound like the archetypical red pill coper? Like they're very fucking similar. Like feminists and red pill influencers are very, very similar. They both want to redefine what an attractive man or woman is to be more in their favor, less just looking at what the opposite gender finds attractive and going from there. So
what I will say is, while I kind of agree with what Buddy is saying here, I also think there's just not one shoe size that fits all, though. You know what I mean? I think there's definitely, like, if you ask me for a list of masculine things, you know, I can give you 5, 6, 10 things that are all genuinely aligned with masculinity, but different people wear different types of masculinity, like positively or negatively. For example, I feel like there are men out there that will rock the bald head and really have a very masculine frame with the beard combo versus on some of these dorks, you know, it doesn't look as good. So I'm not going to say that it's a one size shoe fits all type of situation. It's definitely a thing where you have to take into consideration your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses. And again, kind of alluding to what I was saying earlier, you have to figure out what works for you. And that's where I think I disagree with Buddy here, where he's kind of like pointing at the, let me see what he was kind of pointing at Hamza's example of where Hamza was talking about, like, these are like the femboys or whatever, right? Maybe they are femboys, maybe they're not. I don't know any of these individuals. But what I am trying to say is not, okay, let's say this guy has the best physique and he has the great jawline and the hunter eyes and all that stuff. Is like all that stuff can be acquitted to like, okay, he's a very visually masculine. And I think that's where we break it up. It's like, okay, visually he's masculine, but is he a stand-up individual? He's an honest individual. Is he a disciplined individual? Is he a man of his word? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where I think all these can he dress well? Like all these factors are things, if we're talking about even when it comes to the attraction of a woman, she's going to take those things into consideration, right? You know, maybe she's very physically attracted to him, but as soon as he opens his fucking mouth, she's like, oh, this nigga's a fucking loser. You know what I mean? So there's just not a one size shoe fit all type of situation. Maybe he's too goofy. Maybe he's not goofy enough. You know, like there's women out there that can appreciate a nigga that has a personality. And then some women really like the overly very stoic, not as speakative type of, I said speakative, that's definitely not a word. Not somebody that speaks as much, right? So again, I think they're all valid points. But the main thing that I will always promote to you guys is you got to find your happy medium. That's why I say when you take advice from these guys, always take it with a grain of salt, man. You know, take what you think sounds good and what you think can work for you and apply it to your life. Apply it for a few weeks, maybe even apply it for a few months. If you don't see results, okay, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you need to stick it out a little longer and then you will start to see some results. But don't just kind of like blindly think, oh, this worked for me, so it's 100% going to work for you, because maybe, you know, I might look better with longer hair, but maybe you look better with shorter hair. You know, there's so many different things.
Cool red pill Cooper, like they're very fucking similar. Like feminists and red pill more in their face interacting with these guys, like, you know, behind closed doors. I've often like, you know, sent out DMs to some of these guys to like get into like debates and like, you know, talk about looks maxing versus, you know, red pill, blah, 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 right? And a lot of the time, these guys insult me, then block me. Yeah, not so masculine, is it? Like, that doesn't scream of masculinity. Like, if some guy challenges you and your first thought is to, like, talk shit, then run away, I'm sorry, but you're not that masculine. And isn't that a sorry state of affairs? That, you know, some guy with a bowl haircut and a Garfield tee is masculinity mugging you? Like, shouldn't that be like a bit of a wake-up call that maybe you're not what you think you are?
Word. That was a very abrupt ending, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man. At the end of the day, I think, like, even guys like Andrew Tate and Hamza, I think Hamza is a great example of somebody that I personally think gives pretty damn good advice. Like, I genuinely think he gives pretty good advice. But, you know, I've also seen, you know, the holes in his shit, the holes in his personality where he kind of switches up on certain things. And it's just kind of like, who cares though? The type of individual I am, hey, maybe I'm biased because I'm talking about myself, but I think a real masculine motherfucker doesn't really give a fuck that much. Like, okay, I can watch a Hamza video or a Andrew Tate video or any one of these fucking losers videos and still get a lot of positive value from it, and then be like, all that other bullshit stuff is bullshit though. And honestly, I would hope that when you guys watch me, it's the same thing. Like, if you don't agree with something that I say, then cool. Maybe you stop watching me. Maybe you keep watching me. But the point is like, I am not so emotionally charged from people that on the internet that I don't know, will probably never meet in real life, and think to myself like, oh, I fucking hate that person. Like, I just don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like there's some good advice being said in this moment, I take that information and I move on with it. If I feel like this other video, they're speaking complete bullshit, then it's complete bullshit. It is what it is. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section though. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. My name's Berto. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?